Now, seventh chords are a really interesting topic of discussion. There's usually like a handful of different types of voicings that people learn that I would regard as like the stock seventh chord voicings, which could be, drop 2, drop 3, the inversions of those, and then, a couple of others on top of that, obviously. But there are a lot of other more unusual and more unorthodox ways of assembling seventh chords, because basically with a seventh chord you have 4 notes. You have 1, 3, 5, and 7, and there's a bunch of different ways that you can combine those 4 notes together to come up with all sorts of different formulas for building seventh chords. So what I did was I mapped out all of the different possible combinations of the 1, 3, 5, 7 movement, and how we can mix and match in different orders. And then I did that with all of the different inversions, and then I went through that and basically played all of the different possible combinations of that formula, and I found the ones that lined up on the guitar and I mapped them out, and that's what we're going to be going over in this video. All right, now a couple for first inversion, meaning that we have the third on the bottom. I really like this one. This one is going to be 3, 5, 1, 7. I love that major 7 between the root and the 7 on the top 2 notes. Really great sound. Now another one that we can do right here that is a little bit more modern sounding, a little more tense to some people's ears, is we can do 3rd, 7th, 5th, and root. The reason why voicings like this can be tense to some people's ears is because we have a minor 9th interval happening between the major 7th and the root. Right, so some people don't always like that. Then another one we can do down here, this one has much more of a modern sound, but it sounds really cool. Actually, it sounds pretty dark for a major 7 chord. So this one is going to be 7, 5, 3, and then 1. Really eerie, ominous sort of sound, which I love so much, particularly because of that minor 6th interval on the bottom 2 notes between the major 7 and the 5. So it's really fascinating how, depending on how you choose to assemble these 4 notes, you can get some really different sounds. For a major 7 chord, I would say that sounds pretty eerie, which is so cool. Okay, now another one, flat 7, 3rd, root, and 5th. I love this one. That has a really great sound to it. And then we're going to go back down here, and we're going to get flat 7, 5, 3, 1. Really nice open sort of sound. Okay, now for number 6, and this one is actually my personal favorite of the chord scales. This one is going to be a C major chord scale, and we're going to be using the 3rd inversion 7th chords, meaning that the 7th note will be on the bottom, and I think this gives it a particularly unique sound. So we're going to start with the C major 7 chord, and the formula intervalically for this one is 7, 3, 1, 5. So if we take that and run it through a C major chord scale, we have C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G dominant 7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and then back to C major 7. So